Welcome YouTubers to another Full Sail blog recap video. Basically the recap videos are me going over courses that have already gone and passed. And today, or I should say as I've been doing all day today, as of right now we're talking English Composition 2 and Creative Writing Research courses. Now what I liked about the English Composition 2 course, and this is probably more for the instructor within itself, is that she actually did what an instructor should do, and that is basically not just simply grade your paper, make a little bit of notes, you know, like, oh, I thought this was good, yada yada yada, but you had a few grammatical errors, there was a couple spelling errors. Instead of just doing that, she actually created videos actually with your essay or whatever it is she was grading, and recorded herself going over what you did wrong, sentences that didn't make sense. And I really like that. She, as of right now, the only instructor that actually did this. All instructors before this and even after this course have not done this. They've just basically been like, this is what you got wrong. And it's like, alright, this is supposed to be like more like a classroom, but it doesn't feel like a classroom because you're not actually showing me what I got wrong. Telling me what I got wrong, like grammatical errors, doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, you have to show me my essay and what was wrong with it, not just be like, oh, this is what was wrong with it. Perhaps you should go over it again and try and find them. Because obviously, if I didn't notice them before I turned it in, I'm probably not going to notice them again looking after them. And this is an issue that has popped up that I talked about earlier in these recap blogs, is that so far a lot of these instructors don't do this. And I think that's a very poor decision, not only on the instructor, but on the whole Full Sail within itself. They want to make it feel like a classroom, while then grade my frickin' paper and send it back to me, showing me the mistakes that were made with your comments. Not just commenting in the online section of, oh, you had some grammatical errors wrong. Well, who really gives a shite about that? Why don't you stop being lazy and just show me what I got wrong? I mean, there's a fine line between thinking you're educating someone and actually educating someone. And so far, most of the instructors are on this level of thinking they're educating someone, when in reality, they should take it up at that extra notch. So that was something that I really enjoyed about the English Composition 2 course. Alright, moving next, we have Creative Writing Research. This was basically a course designed to kind of, you know, improve, I guess, your research skills, your interview skills. But it really didn't have that feel per se. I mean, they do have this assignment that you start off very early with, and you have to find somebody to interview, preferably someone that's in your profession. So, for example, I want to be a writer, so I'd have to find somebody that's in the writing profession. And unfortunately, finding like a really big name person was probably completely out of the subject, because they didn't actually educate you on, yo, this is how you go about to trying to get a hold of somebody in your profession. It was just basically, this is an assignment you have to do, go find somebody. And if you read the course description on their website, it actually states that you'll learn how to do research. This would more than likely include getting the information you need to get a hold of somebody within your profession, whether they're a small-time or a big-time person. But this course doesn't do that. It completely fails in that perspective. Let's see, it also went over a lot of basic stuff that I already knew, that from reading just simple writing books. Research, for example, was the #1 thing that was pointed out in just about every how-to book I've read on when I decided I wanted to become a writer, was research. So there was nothing really a whole lot new that I actually learned from this course, because it wasn't nothing that I didn't already know that I got from a simple book. So I think they definitely need to rethink the program, the course within itself, because the description again fails to what the actual course is, in my opinion. It just doesn't match up. Their course description has a lot of fluff, while their assignments go against what their description says. As in, you know, teach you how to do an interview. You don't actually learn really good questions or anything relative to that. They have videos that you can ultimately watch, but other than that, there's no real actual, hey, this is how you do an interview. You know, this is how you would find somebody to do an interview, whether they're a small-time or a big-time person. They don't do any of that. So it's a complete lack of actually doing what they say they're educating you on within this particular show, this particular course. Ultimately, my opinion on it is, if you're familiar with research, if you're familiar with interviewing, this course isn't going to help you anyway. It's not really going to educate you in any way, shape, or form, which is what happened to me. I didn't learn anything new. It was stuff that I already knew about. Now, if you have if you've never done research into your particular degree that you want, then yeah, this course could ultimately actually help and definitely could be there. But it still has that negative effect of not completely doing what the actual course description says it's designed to do. It's a complete confusion, almost as if they weren't quite sure. Like, the description was written before and then they changed the course later, or the other way around. So that was my quick thoughts on English Composition 2 and, of course, creative writing for research.